Hey everybody, it's Dr. Detroit here, the doctor is in, and welcome back to the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, episode 4. So, in the last episode, we found out that Knuckles had smashed the arcade thingy, and now we know a little bit more about what's going on, because we now have to find Rouge, Shadow, and Vector, because their names have popped up. Also, I'm recording this about 5 seconds after the last episode wrapped up because I need to rest my voice a little bit, but hopefully we don't have to do Knuckles' voice again. I know if we reach Vector it's going to be a little weird, but let's see what happens. Meanwhile, let's see what our cute fluffy detective here has to say. Dr. Detroit! Coming. Ready to mosey down to the next car? No way, Dagnameter. You got it, partner. Onwards! Let's see what the next car gives us. Oh my, look at this. The library car. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful.
Alrighty. Before we go, Espio, and I wanted to give you your presents.
My presents? You're both too sweet. Thank you.
Vector, it seems we have more guests.
Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Want to join us in finding clues? Let's do find any leads yet. Have you found any leads yet? Oh! The detective pair needs help from the birthday girl? Ah, she knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. Huh. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick!
But how are you going to leave? The door to the next car is locked.
Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? That's right. The birthday girl has a master key! Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key.
Of course, it's a birthday privilege.
I'll solve this case before anyone else. Goodbye! I don't know why I made Amy sound like a female Bugs Bunny, but okay.
Amy must be hasty, but she's thorough. Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say.
I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, I really want to put in there, hey, future me, put down there, and I'm, the sim racer who became Tails' partner because he's the fluffy boy and needs snuggles. Something like that. Period. Let's see, and I'm, just making sure things go well.
Things aren't going great.
Not sure if you're forgotten, but there was a murder.
Well, I mean, besides that.
Besides murder?
Ah, my social skills, non-existent. Which, I actually do have some pretty decent social skills in real life.
I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat.
It's raw!
And I'm Espio, the poet.
Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Oh my goodness, Tails. Big words for you, little guy. Can I hear some?
Sure, Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 la, dee dee, dee dee.
god. What kind of poetry was that, Espio? And Tails' face is perfect. Meanwhile, Vector over here is just staring into your soul. Oh man, this game is so much fun. Why can't any of the Sonic games that are officially released could be this way? Oh man, you know, if you give the Sonic community a little bone to kind of like make their own game, despite the fact this was an April Fool's joke type game, oh man, the wonders. Now we just need to bring back the Freedom Fighters and everything will be fine.
Was that it?
I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring.
I'm satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Dr. Detroit and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car?
Oh, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we all were sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car, where Amy told me and Espio to stay.
I promptly picked up a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car.
Yep.
Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car.
Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door.
Wonder what she found. She obviously been on the hunt for something.
After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car. Then entered the library car and locked the door behind him.
Most importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors?
Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car, again locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car, where he was meant to be stationed.
When Vector came back, he realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car.
That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right.
We sat trapped here until Amy arrived, asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened.
With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions.
If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you.
And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I've got you covered.
Thanks, guys. Their alibis seem solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post, and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely! Alright, let's see here. So I see that we can actually click on a few things. We're not gonna... Oh, we can also go over here, too. Cool. Let's see, how about this poster? Let's start with that. A chow hangs precariously on a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow! I really needed to see this. Huh? What's wrong, Fluffy Butt? This little chow's hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety, because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. If this Chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. Right? Poor... Oh, Tails. Oh, Okay, let's see. How about the globe next? A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Ah, sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spangonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. Hey, that's a character from Archie Sonic, I think. He'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. Hey, wait a second. I just realized something. There is actually a page in one of the Archie Sonic comics post-reboot that I remember. Ooh, future me, insert that really quick along with some voice acting as well, because I think I know the reference to that. I bet this is all linked to the professor's research. Professor Pickle said this was in the Gala manuscript's end of the world scenario, and those monsters could be tied into the dark energy Uncle Chuck was studying. Can we not be using the term end of the world? I am very much preferring the ideas that we can still fix this. Uncle Chuck said that goop was corruptive, mutagenic. What if those monsters were just some poor critters charged by the dark energy? Guys, you're overthinking it. Thanks to the profs, we know what to do. Find the Chaos Emeralds, plug them into the Gala temples, save the world. Simple. Thank you. And if he makes one scrumptious sandwich, that is so cool. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone, and has been everywhere, haven't they? Okay, how about this area here? Ooh, brochures! There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Dr. Detroit, look at this! There's a couple of maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Cool, so we got the library map in here. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites. Nah, leave it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. And also Tails is a little too young to exactly know what a cave actually is, or what the other version of it is. Let's see, how about the wastebasket? Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. Ah, I really thought there'd be something there. Dr. Detroit, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin? Oh, Tails. No, I'm alright, Fluffy. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah! We just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay. These trash bins hide a secret. I'm sure of it. Dr. Detroit, you're pretty unconventional. But I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Let's see. Oh, the robot arm is there. Here's some books. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books.
A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out too searching for something.
What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. You know what? That is so cute. But you know what? He's still a young boy. Tails is still very young. So he's got appreciation for a lot of things, which is way more than what most kids these days have an appreciation for. Most of them have an appreciation for maybe Fortnite, and that's it. But this little guy, he would not hurt a fly. Well, if it was made by Dr. Eggman, then sure. But everything else? Oh. The guys who made this game really captured Tails' innocence. I love that. Okay, what about this? The table. Let's just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy. So plush. Puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Dr. Detroit, no! Don't fall asleep! There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. How about this guy? Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, Tails, I wouldn't want to clean up all the mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Okay, let's come over here. Anything else we can click on? Chow Cola. Check out our book club. Book of the month, Gone Gal. Ha! Alright, we'll go ahead and put that advertisement up. Was there anything else we could click on over here? Okay, there's the back door, but we don't need to worry about that right now. Let's go over here to this bookshelf. Wow! I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scanning through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order but this one. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Alright, so we got the manual. Now, am I missing anything? I don't think I am. But you know what? So, if that book was seen out of order, this now possibly could confirm that Espio was in the train car, because if he was looking at something, then he took a book out of alphabetical order. Let's go speak to him and see what we get.
Fancy a poem?
Ooh. Okay, can I get a poem about space? How about a poem about trains? How about a poem about trains?
Locomotive. In motion. I think I lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion.
What kind of lotion are you talking about, Espio? Oh my god. Future me, quick, insert something about a locomotive, now. Thanks. I actually really liked that one. Oh, Tails! Oh. You know what? I think it's best not to tell the little guy. I don't want to ruin his innocence. Huh? you know what? Let's start the interrogation, because now I think we can definitely pin him. I don't think we have enough evidence yet. Why don't we look around a little more first? Okay.
Very well.
Alright, so where else can we find anything? Can't really click on much here. Maybe we can go speak to Vector.
Did you bring any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train.
You actually tried to bring a knife on the train?
A man of authenticity, Tails.
Or I should say, you're a crocodile of authenticity.
Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher.
I think if you had a knife on you, we definitely think you were the murderer.
But what if I hid the knife?
You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. See if we can start the interrogation a little bit. I don't think we have enough evidence yet. Alright, so we gotta look around more first. Okay, never mind.
Nothing like cold cuts for a cold case. Let me know if you need any good butchering.
See, what if we were to hit this? Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on the way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio and find out what really happened. Alright, Tails. How about we go to Vector first?
Did you bring any meat to chop?
So! Oh wait, hold on.
So, the two of you don't believe us, eh?
It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Dr. Detroit and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We've prepared to present evidence if need.
Oh, that's easy. I got bored.
Huh? What?
What?
I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social.
Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out.
This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library card, found something, and then left. I gotta say car, not card. You said you immediately started reading. But were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car?
Of course he was. Once Espio started reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen.
It must have been a good read. What was the book?
Espio doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing?
It was embarrassing. I don't think they would have chameleons gone wild in this library. Wrong type of library.
What kind of things do you think I read?
If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Dr. Detroit, could you help me out? Alright, Dr. Detroit, what book did we think Espio may have been reading? This, the Mirage Express Manual. This one.
Oh.
A manual? You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this?
Oh boy, here we go again with the thinking games. Here we go again. Alright, let's just see what we can do here. Okay, a nice little change from... Uh-oh. Whoa, Jesus! Wowzers. Whoa. No! Oh, he fell.
You were both grasping, I knew it.
We've got this, Dr. Detroit. Let's try this again. Some of you are probably laughing out there and saying like, no, you should be doing this, or no, you should be doing that. Shit. Hit the thingy by mistake. Uh-oh. Woo! Now we're good. Oh boy. There we go. Okay. Whew. These things are gonna get harder and harder every time. There are books scattered around the floor, sure. But the remaining books on the shelf were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual. Meaning someone, at the very least, picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect spot. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio.
Hey now! I won't have you insulting my pal like this.
Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself.
Apologies, Espio.
A butcher and a poet. Friendships can form anywhere.
This is indeed the book I was reading. The Mirage Express manual. Trains are cool.
In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Dr. Detroit, if you don't mind? Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz Espio about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? Let's go to page 97. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless?
Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks, and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards.
I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. Though I had a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors.
The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety.
Seems like Espio aced that question, Dr. Detroit. Hit him with another one. Oh, okay. What page do I choose? Let's go to page 15. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy?
No refunds, and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65.
Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Ha! Last one, Dr. Detroit. Let's see if Espio can go free for free. Gotcha. Which page I should pick last? How about the very back of the book, 402? What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations?
An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests.
I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of compatibilities without the conductor present.
Now, did I pass your little test?
Totally. It's wild. You were able to retain all that information so quickly.
A poet's brain is often surprising.
I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses.
And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read?
You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive.
No. I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate, despite being the truth.
I don't know why, but I feel like when I said substantiate, Tails just suddenly short-circuited just now. Well, you definitely read through the manuals, so I suppose we can't... Espio! Is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading.
Yes, that's correct. Problem?
Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back that up. Dr. Detroit? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw Espio reading, but what? Maybe the lock?
Shadow's lock? Please, pray tell, what this has to do with anything.
We're up, Dr. Detroit. Let's get our argument together. Back to this again. Alright, let's see here. 40 rings this time. And as you can see, it's going to get a little bit more crazy. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh man, these rings are coming fiercely. Woo! Oh my goodness! Holy cow. You know, just one word away from doing that, oh my god, kind of thing. But let's see what happens now. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine.
Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers.
Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point.
What?
We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip.
I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow.
You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up?
Well, you see...
I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Espio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Dr. Detroit. One that I would love for Espio to solve.
You gotta believe me.
That cool demeanor is vanishing.
I was so involved in my book, I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that.
I must avenge my friend's death. So I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car?
I wasn't. I didn't.
Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading? Or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? Defend Espio or join Tails? I'm gonna join Tails on this one because you know what? But at the same time, you know what? Here's the thing. These two are gonna have to break, so I'm gonna join Tails on this. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's on something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning and... Dr. Detroit, my favorite and beloved employee, please, protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails! Huh? We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alrighty, my fellow associate. Lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. So we'll use the library map. 44 rings this time. Don't really need too many. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. Woo! Uh-oh. Get that line of rings! Woo! Woo! Slide job! Hey, look at that. We caught a bunch of rings there, too. So now we use the library map for this. The library map? Oh. Oh, I see. See the exits? They're right across from one another, a straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow to not see him?
Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book.
I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot.
That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot. Because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him.
I apologize for losing my cool back there. I feel like I was grasping, despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now.
Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it! Another pair of alibis validated. Woo! Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end.
Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy.
Likewise, I could use a breather.
Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge, and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. And see you later, everybody that's been viewing. Because we're going to stop the episode right here, and our next episode we will go take a look at Shadow and Rouge. So if you guys want to see more of the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, make sure you leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care.